Fellow traders. Welcome back to another installment of our weekly market analysis. Today, we are turning our focus once again to the GBPUSD chart, where the previous week trading session have been nothing short of intriguing. Now, for those of you who saw our trading setup prior to the beginning of last week, you will be familiar with this current structure you are seeing on your screen. So let me zoom in into where the trading activities mostly happened last week after price action broke out of this supply zone within the 1.2700 level and of course the 1.26500 area. So last week we watched as the British pound rebounded above the 1.2700 area on Friday, following a bout of persistent selling pressure during the later half of last week's trading session. However, I can't help but cast a skeptical eye on the strength of this rebound, considering a couple of key factors. Firstly, is the disappointing UK retail sales data that came in on Friday, and secondly, the presence of a robust supply zone coupled with an overextended buy momentum suggesting a potential technical correction that may even lead to a massive sell off from this particular area. And adding to this mix is the absence of high impactful economic data from the United Kingdom in the upcoming week, which further adds to the uncertainty within this particular zone. So, the burning question on everyone's mind is who will emerge victorious from this point? The buyers or the sellers? As always, we will be leveraging our basic tools from the economic calendar to trend lines, key levels, and of course, chart patterns to navigate through the maze of possibilities and forecast potential direction of price action in the week ahead. But before we dive into the details, it is crucial to remind ourselves that this video is intended for educational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Forex trading carries inherent risk, so it is imperative to approach it with caution and seek guidance from professional financial advisors before making any investment choices. With that said, let's roll up our sleeves and get down to the business. So, my first point of contact for this week is going to be right here on the daily time frame, where we do want to be taking into consideration an holistic perspective into what has been going on in this particular market. So, right here on the daily time frame, after taking into consideration the character of price action since the month of November of last year, it is quite obvious that price action has been bullish, as you will see here. After connecting the series of higher lows in the last 6 7 months, you will see that price action had consistently found higher lows, giving us a beautiful ascending trend line to work with. Now, if we look closely into the structure, despite the fact that price action has been finding higher lows, suggesting a strength in buying power in this market, you would notice that since the month of July 2023, price action has been finding a series of lower highs. And as a result of this, I connected a series of lower highs, giving me this beautiful descending trend line. And zooming into the last 6 to 7 months, you will see that buyers have found it difficult to break through the zone between the 1.28950 and of course the 1.27 area for the emphasizing the strength of the sellers at this particular point in time. Now, the question here is, will the selling pressure or will this descending trend line continue to negate the bullish attempt, leading into a sell off in this market? Or will price action break out of both the trend line and the supply zone to incite an uptrend continuation? Now, to navigate this current structure, and in addition to the couple of trend lines we have here, I have my key level situated at the 1.2700 area. And in fact, if you look at this level, ever since last year November, you will see that it has played a significant role in determining the direction of price action. And of course, you know how we use our key levels in this community. As long as price remains above them, we want to be looking out for patterns and structures that support the idea of buying, and we will not consider selling unless price breaks down, retest the key level to incite a selling opportunity. Now, you would agree with me that we are at a crucial juncture in this market where, though price action is right above the key level, but we cannot ignore the supply zone that we identified there. So, will the strength of the sellers be strong enough to negate the bullish attempt? Well, I have a simple trading setup on the 4 hours time frame, which we will be using to navigate this current market dynamics. Now, before we scale down into the 4 hours time frame, it's important that we keep tabs with the fundamental factors that will be influencing the sentiment in the market in the coming week. Now, by monitoring the economic calendar, we aim to pinpoint potential correlations between key economic releases and specific technical patterns on the chart, hereby giving us valuable information and, most importantly, timing to position ourselves for the next move. Now, considering the asset we are looking at, we will be focusing on high impactful event from both the United States and the United Kingdom economic dockets. Now, for the next week, the first high impactful event is coming in on Thursday. That's May 30th, and it's coming in from the United States, and that is the gross domestic product annualized for quarter one. This is a key economic indicator representing the annualized percentage change in the United States economic performance, representing the total value of all goods and services produced within the US borders. Fast forward to Friday, May 31, from the United States as well, we have the core personal consumption expenditure, which measures the average change over time in the prices paid by consumers for goods and services. As you will see here, there are no events from the United Kingdom that could be a driving factor to maybe push the British pounds higher. So, with the anticipation of this event, how do we intend to navigate this current market structure? As we all know, the anticipation of this event has a way of influencing the sentiment in the market, which will be revealed on the chart as price action. So, talking about price action, let's scale down into the 4 hours time frame. And what I did here on the 4 hours time frame was to take into consideration the character of price action in the last 4 to 5 weeks. And of course, it is obvious that we have a bullish momentum here. Look at what I have after connecting the series of higher lows. In fact, I have a couple of ascending trend lines to work with. And of course, you know how we use our trend lines in this our ascending trend line to be precise in this community. As long as price remains above them, we will continue to look out for patterns and structures that support the idea of buying. Now, zooming into the current structure, this is our key level right here, as you will see, and it beautifully shares a confluence with that first ascending trend line. So, At this point in time, this key level here is going to be playing a major role in guiding our decisions next week. Now, are we going to see a reversal setup emerge from this area to incite a sell off? As I'm beginning to see something that looks like a head and shoulder pattern where we have the left shoulder, the head, and then we are yet to have the right shoulder emerge to incite a sell off here. So I'm not really sure what will happen here, but one thing I want to be looking at here is using the resistant line, that is the highest point in the last couple of months. That's the 1.276 to guide bullish opportunity. So if price action can break out of the 1.276, then I will be willing to continue the uptrend scenario. But if selling pressure persists below the 1.276 and buyers find it difficult to continue the momentum, well, a breakdown retest of both the key level at the 1.27 and this ascending trend line will be a good signal to join a sell off to the downside. So, this is my simple view on the GBPUSD for next week, but trust me, I will be with you in the comment section of this video to give you an update after monitoring how market participants will be reacting to this current structure to determine what our next course of action will be. If you have found this content helpful and useful in making your independent trading decisions for next week, I would really appreciate your support by giving the video a thumbs up. Your likes are valuable to me and helps the algorithm promote the video to a wider audience of traders who may find the material beneficial. Thank you in advance for doing so. If you haven't already, I encourage you to follow me on this channel for more of this content. By subscribing, you would always stay updated with the latest ideas I share and receive notifications whenever I upload new videos and commentaries. See you all in the comment section on Monday morning as we get prepared for the new week. Do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye bye.